Moving into a new house can be exciting. A new start, a clean slate. But sometimes the history of a place seeps into the foundation, echoing the lives that came before. And sometimes those echoes don't stay buried. This story is about a woman named Clara, who discovered that in some houses, the past isn't the only thing waiting in the dark. Emily. The realtor had called it full of character. What she meant was that it made a lot of noise. The house was older. It had narrow hallways, creaky floors, and a basement door at the end of the kitchen that led down a steep set of wooden stairs. It wasn't the kind of place I'd imagined myself living, but after the divorce, imagining the future had become difficult. But the price was right, and more importantly, it was quiet. I needed quiet. The first few days were spent unpacking. I opened a box I had been avoiding. At the top was a picture of my daughter Emily. She was 10 in the photo, standing in the backyard with her hair pulled back in a messy ponytail, smiling. I sat on the floor for a long time holding that picture. Emily's been gone 3 years. Still feels like yesterday. I pulled out the stuffed rabbit she had since the day we brought her home from the hospital. She never went anywhere without it. It sat on top a small music box that used to sit on her dresser. Inside it was the beaded bracelet I made for her. I couldn't bring myself to throw them away, but I couldn't leave them sitting out either. So I put the box in the basement. The steps creaked as I went downstairs. The air was cool and damp with that old house smell of concrete and dust. I placed the box on a shelf near the bottom of the stairs. "I'll sort it out later," I said. Later is a generous word when you're trying not to remember. About a week after I moved in, I was lying in bed late one night when I heard a dull thump. I sat up and listened. Silence. It's just the house settling, I told myself. The next night, I heard what sounded like something sliding across the basement floor. I got out of bed and walked down the hallway to the basement door in the kitchen. I pressed my ear against it and listened. Nothing. I checked the doors and windows and made sure everything was locked, then went back to bed. The third night, there were footsteps coming from the basement. My heart started racing. Could it be a squatter? Maybe an animal had gotten in through a crawl space. I stood there staring at the basement door. Every instinct told me not to open it. Instead, I wedged a chair under the door handle and went back to bed. The voice came again a few nights later. It was so faint at first, I almost thought I imagined it. I was half asleep when I heard a small voice drifting up from the basement.
"Mommy?"
I sat up in bed. For a moment, I thought I was dreaming, but the voice sounded exactly like Emily. I lay there for a long time, listening, until eventually I fell back asleep. It had to have been the house settling, or the wind, or maybe something from the street outside. It was the only thing that made sense. The next night, it happened again. This time I was standing in the kitchen. A soft, tiny voice came through the basement door.
"Mommy, it's me, Emily."
I froze. Emily was 10 years old when she died. And the voice coming from the basement sounded exactly like her. It's just not possible. I stepped closer to the door. "Hello?" I said quietly. the voice didn't answer. After that, the voice came more often.
Mommy, it's dark down here. I'm cold. Why did you leave me?
Each word landed like a stone in my chest. But something about the way the voice spoke felt wrong, unnatural, like it had to think about what it was saying before the words came out. The voice continued like this for weeks. One night, I got fed up. While I was standing in the kitchen, I said out loud, "Emily liked strawberry ice cream." There was only silence. Then,
Mommy, I like strawberry ice cream.
my stomach dropped. The voice wasn't remembering things. It was repeating them. But why? What did it want? Over the next few days, I tested it, again and again. Anything I said near the basement door came back to me. The same words, same tone, same voice. Whatever was downstairs, it wasn't Emily. One night, the voice called through the basement door again.
Mommy,
My chest ached.
please come downstairs.
I stood in the kitchen staring at the basement door, still wedged with the chair under the handle. Every part of me wanted to believe it. But I knew better. Then the voice spoke again. But it wasn't Emily's voice this time. It was mine.
Mommy,
The blood drained from my face. Then the voice whispered,
I think I'm getting better at this.
and then I heard footsteps walking up the steps toward the basement door. Then the handle began to turn. Grief leaves echoes behind, and those echoes usually live in memories. But in Clara's new house, something in the dark had been waiting to feed on that grief. Hey there, it's Anne, and I tell stories. If you like this ChatGPT collaboration, check out my other stories. This has been The Story Project.